In this video, I'll be talking about torque. So let us have a body. Let's say we have a body like this, and let's say we are applying a certain amount of force, and we have kept this body hinged about this point. Let's say this is hinged, and this point is O. So body is hinged about point O, and there is a force F which is applicable here. Now I wanted to calculate, or I wanted to know what is torque. So understand, torque, it is the capability or capacity of a force to rotate a body. Okay, so basically in simple language, it is the capacity or capability of a force to rotate the body. So suppose that if line of if this force is applicable at point A, and if you join this O and A, then you will get the displacement vector R. So our torque will be given by, so torque about point A, torque about point A. So here I need to add one more thing: rotate a body about a certain point, because if you do not assume the point, then torque may vary. So torque about point A will be given as vector R cross F. So this is the cross product. So this torque is a vector quantity. Okay, so here I can write this torque is equal to mod of F R mod of F, let's say sine theta, into n cap. So this n cap is the unit vector which is representing the direction of torque. Okay, so now this can be written as torque about vector O. So if I just wanted to calculate the magnitude, then this n cap is a unit vector, so magnitude of n cap will be 1. So that would become RF sine theta, right? So I can write this F into R sine theta. So now suppose there are two vectors. So if we have two vectors, the angle between two vectors is, let's say, this angle, let's say theta. So if this angle is theta, this is line of action of the force. If you draw the perpendicular in this particular triangle, what we will achieve here? So let us remove this. So we get, if you see, this is R perpendicular. So R perpendicular is the perpendicular distance from the line of action of the force and point O, right? So in triangle, let's say this is AOC. So in triangle AOC, I can write sin theta is going to be r perpendicular by vector r. Okay, so vector r can be written as, just for the magnitude, mod of r. So r perpendicular is equal to r sin theta. So we have proved that r perpendicular is equal to r sin theta. So here in this expression we can replace this r perpendicular with r sin theta to obtain a final expression. So this torque about O, magnitude will be F into r perpendicular. So force into perpendicular distance from O, right, from the particular point where force is applicable. So this is whole is said to be the torque, right? So we can take one small example so that you'll be able to figure out the total concept. So let's take one example, that there is a rod, it is lying on a horizontal table. Horizontal table. Okay. Now suppose that this is the center of mass of the rod. If this is the center of mass of the rod, let us take, there is a force which is applicable at certain distance, let's say L by 4 from the center of the rod, correct? Now if I say that rod is hinged about center of mass, then calculate the magnitude of torque. So magnitude of torque, we know that torque will be is equal to F into r perpendicular. So we know that the torque is going to be F into r perpendicular. So this is the line of action of this force. So perpendicular distance is the distance. So r perpendicular is here simply L by 4. So FL by 4 is the magnitude of the torque, right? And of course if you see for the direction, so for direction, just keep your finger at hinge point and then try to feel in which direction this force is trying to pull the body or rotate this body. So obviously you are finding that the direction is going to be clockwise, right? This is going to be the direction of the torque. Okay, so likewise we can write the value of torque, or there is another way, second way, in which we can write vector tau about point O is equal to r cross vector F. Now here this r, so obviously this is going to be x direction, this is y direction. So vector r can be written as L by 4 j cap, and of course this F can be written as F I cap, right? So I can substitute the values L by 4 j cap cross F I cap. Now this is L by 4 into F, this is going to be j cross I, which is nothing else minus L by, so L by 4 into minus k cap. You know that I cross j is going to give you k cap. So that means j cross I will be is equal to minus k cap, correct? So your torque is coming out to be negative, and means it is towards minus k cap. So minus k cap, if you use your thumb, right hand thumb rule. So if you rotate your fingers, clockwise, finger rotation clockwise, then thumb is in minus k cap direction, that is into the plane. So clearly again your answer is coming out to be clockwise, or you can say which is into the plane. So that's how we calculate the torque and its magnitude, and we see which force is really responsible for the rotation. Okay, so I believe that you got the concept of torque very carefully.